everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Lewis here from Next Gen Framers, and before we jump into this week's video, I'm going to show you guys kind of all the progress we have made since the end of last week's video. It's been a couple days just due to the rain and kind of just how fast we've been going on everything. Just kind of been a bang process getting everything up. So I'll show you guys kind of everything that we have done so you guys get more of a feel for what this barn is looking like. And then we'll get into this week's video. If you guys are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. We have a lot of content that comes out every single week, and we also have a lot of residential homes coming up, big ones, small ones, renovations, additions, all these types of things. So definitely stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Like and share this video if you guys could. And if you guys have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments, and I will get back to you guys as soon as possible on those. But it's gonna be a great video, and let's get right into it, guys. All right, guys, so quick recap. As you guys can see over here, we did not have the garage built, but we did build the garage. It took us a couple hours just because it's super quick and easy. It's a small garage as well, one car garage. And once we got that up, we finished sheathing everything. We also finished those 18-foot walls, or 17 and a half, I think, 17-foot walls right here, these big ones. And then we sheeted everything on the outside, and all this stuff is zip system. We use it a lot. If you guys have watched our previous videos, we use it too. If you guys can't tell, it rained a lot last night, so we got a lot of mud going on, so it's nice trudging around in this. But I'm also going to show you guys, we did also build the stairs to this, just nice little set going up. Super simple, nothing crazy or extravagant, but yeah, just going right up to the loft area with a slightly vaulted ceiling. Got all the trusses on, and today we're just wrapping up sheathing the entire roof and getting that done, and hopefully we can move on to the porches. Okie dokie, guys, so we have finished sheathing the house, the roof, and we're now going to be moving on to the porches, building these. So back porch is right here, front porch is in the front. So what the porches are made out of, what we're putting up is these metal beams or posts, metal posts, and these just super simple black metal posts. And we have, so these are going to be the corners. You guys see the L shape on the bottom for that corner. And then these are just the regular posts that are going in between. We're also going to be using LVLs that go on the tops. And then you have those arched trusses that we had. But we're starting right now on the front porch. And it's super simple. Really just taking wherever the layout is on the print and then putting them onto the concrete, figuring out where it is, and then just drilling the holes and then sticking them in. We're using these massive screws right here. Just we drill the hole with a hammer drill, pre-drill, and then we just screw those things in to it as well. But yeah, super simple. Once we get all these posts up, then we will move on to getting the LVLs up. Got all of the posts up, screwed in. We only screwed in 2 of them on here, because just in case we have to move the screws, as you guys can see, accidents happen, so we have to move them, and that's why we only do 2 screws, so that way we're not putting a bunch of holes in the concrete. And then once we have all those posts up, we have all the LVLs ready to go up, we are starting to now cut out the notches for where the LVLs are going to go into. So instead of just sticking the LVLs on the outside of the wall, we like to stick them notch inside the wall. And as you can see there, Thomas is making the mark for where we're going to notch in for the LVL. And the way we find that is we always use a laser, and we lasered in, so lasered in right here, and then we lasered on the black posts, and then we figured out how much to the top of the black post is, and then we will come over here, and then from our laser line we'll measure up to however the length was, and that'll be our mark for each side. And then we will cut out the notch however big the LVL is, however thick and the height of the LVL is for those. I think these are all going to be 2 and 3 banger LVLs put together. And for those of you that do not know what LVL is, it is laminated veneer lumber. And it's pretty much a bunch of strips of lumber heated and pressed together to make long pieces of very durable wood. It's been a couple days because of the rain, just how muddy and wet it's been outside. So today we're moving on inside and we're doing the vaulted ceilings, or putting the vault in the ceiling right there. And that's what we'll be working on today. I got Gabe, he's gonna explain kind of our process for that.
All right, guys, we're here. We got to build a vault inside here with faux dormers. As you can see over there, I already did one side. Each dormer has a drop-down ceiling. So to determine our vault placement, it shows it wants this side of that far window, which is 86 and 5/16 from this wall. Same with over there, it's both the same. We know our pitch for our vault, we want a 612. So we have our 86 and 5/16 run, 612 pitch. Now we come down 43 and 3/16 is our rise. And then we know that we'll create our vault. And we know that we're putting a 1.5-inch ledger on. So we're gonna be sticking out 1.5 inches. So we have to actually raise our ledger up 3/4 of an inch. That way the pitch flies by this outer edge and then hits there. We'll do the same on the top. It's going to be a little bit bigger. And then, yeah, we'll throw the ledger on. We'll continue our trusses down. That'll create this vault. And then each of our openings is going to get a dormer built into it. And that's pretty much it. We're going to throw some lumber in.
Back to you. Yep.
So this is the 2x8 that's going in, and this is the same one as that whole one right there, and that's kind of where all those rafters are gonna be nailed into. So next step, after we got the 2x8 all the way along here, we got the 2x6 in between all the windows up. We're now pretty much just putting the rafters, which is 2x6, putting those up on layout, I believe 16-inch centers. And then after that, we will...
I dropped the ceiling in our dormer. It's 1'3" and 1/8 down from top of wall. So over there, I brought it down 1'3" and 1/8 right there. Leveled it over here to my outside. Then I did the same all the way on that end, ran a string line. That way, all of my heads of the dormers are all the same. Once I got that line, string line, plop my header in. And we had a headboard up against the wall. Well, checking the 26. 53 1/4. Wow. Got a layout in between both of our walls going here, so we just throw a jack rafter in. What? Will it film 21 3/4? 21 and a half.
Couple of weeks or close to a month or so, we have to fill up our genies telehandlers because they're at empty. And these both, the GTH 844 and the 644, these both take diesel. And so our little setup that we use for it is kind of nifty. So the way we fill up our telehandlers is using this thing. So we fill this setup up with a place back home where we have everything. We fill it up with a bunch of diesel. We take this, put it in the back of the truck. It has forks under here, so we can use the loader. We have a loader back at home, and we can use the loader to put this into the truck bed, and then we just bring it here. And this thing is pretty cool. Fill right 12-volt DC pump, and what we use to connect this to in order to make it run is we got jumper cables, and we'll connect these to the telehandler. Just leave it on, we'll connect it to it using that. We'll take this, and then, shoot, I forget how to start it, turn it on. Oh, so we lift this thing up right here, and then that'll make it go using the engine or the battery off of the telehandler. Stick it in there, just like that, and then when it gets full, this will clip down and it'll be all done. And that's pretty much how we fill these telehandlers up. I mean, pretty simple, but it saves us so much time from having to sit here with a couple 5-gallon buckets of diesel and having to fill them up that way. I mean, it's such a pain in the butt to have to do it that way. And this way just saves us so much time. Yeah, it costs more, but it's better of having just one of us come up here, do it, and be done with it instead of having to sit here for, you know, however long it takes to have, you know, 10 5-gallon things of diesel. So but yeah, nice setup. Let me know what setup you guys have in the comments if you guys have a different one or a better one that you guys think is better than this.